Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. I am Ali Ahmed, serving as a lecturer in the Southern Business School at University of Southern Punjab, Multan. Welcome to the 9th class of Human Resource Management. Today, I will be discussing recruitment methods, factors influencing hiring decisions, and the procedures that are involved in recruitment. I have told you in the last classes as well that recruitment is one of the critical functions in the human resource management processes. Why? Because recruitment is the thing that is responsible for the purpose of making it sure that a talented pool of candidates are coming to the organization. Recruitment is rightly said to be a key function in the process of human resource management. I've told this before as well that hiring the right people plays a vital role in organization performance and long-term success. Imagine a situation in which those people who are not competent for securing a particular position get hired. That would be the worst scenario. And imagine another situation in which the competent people get ignored. Again, that will be a poor scenario. In this session, I will be going to explain how different methods of recruitment, both internal and external, outline the recruitment procedures. And not only this, we will also highlight the situational factors that influence these kind of hiring decisions. So what I'm stating is that we need to understand that recruitment is not just an activity. It is a complete process. It is one of the critical processes that has to be taken care of by the human resource personnel. Why? Because if not talented people are coming to the organization, the performance of the organization is going to get compromised. Let's start with the section 1, that is the recruitment methods. Recruitment methods in the domain of human resource management are generally classified into two categories. The first category, that is referred to as the internal recruitment, and the second category, that is referred to as the external recruitment. I guess the prefixes that are being used here, like the internal or the external, are making it clear to you that recruitment is being done within the organization and outside the organization. Let's start with the internal recruitment. Internal recruitment basically means filling the job vacancies with the current employees from within the organization. That is, that we are going to select those candidates for higher positions or alternative positions that are already working in the organization. Of the popular methods. The common methods in the domain of internal recruitment include promotions, that is, moving an employee to a higher position based on his or her performance. If someone is doing his or her job diligently, efficiently, and her or his expectations are being met, then definitely that person deserves some kind of promotion. That is, moving an employee to a higher position based on the performance. The second method is transfers, as the title is implying that moving an employee or moving employees to a different department or even to a different location without a change in the rank. That is, if an organization is going to expand its operations to another location, say another city or another province, you can transfer any employee that is serving at a particular position to that very same particular position to another location, or you can change the department as well. The third method that is referred to as internal job postings. That is advertising the vacancy on the internal notice boards or on the intranet. Then we have employee referrals as well, in which, as the title is clearing, that allowing the employees to recommend someone from within the company. The advantages of internal recruitment are that it is very cost effective. The process is quite faster and it boosts the employee morale. यहाँ में ये चीज़ समझने की बहुत ज़रूरत है कि इंटरनल रिक्रूटमेंट के अंदर चूँकि एम्प्लॉयज़ का जो पूल होता है वो फ्रॉम विद इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एग्जिस्ट करता है, तो इसीलिए ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए कदर आसान होता है एम्प्लॉयज़ को हायर करके उनको ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में किसी दूसरी पोजीशन पे, किसी दूसरे डिपार्टमेंट में, किसी दूसरी लोकेशन पे सेटअप करना और वहाँ पे उनसे काम लेना. Imagine a situation if someone is getting hired from outside the organization, that very particular person must demand or would be given some orientation, some motivation. As he would be new for the organization, so definitely he will need certain kind of time to understand that what are the do's, what are the don'ts of the organization, what are the rules, what are the regulations, what are the policies of the organization, what can be done and what should not be done. So this is why in certain kind of situations, what companies basically do is that they prefer internal recruitment method. The other advantage of internal recruitment is that it helps to retain the existing talent and the knowledge. That is, an organization will need not to be fearful about the fact that very particular employee may leave us at some point of time in future. एम्प्लॉय का जो नॉलेज कैपिटल होता है, जो उसकी एक्सपर्टीज और एक्सपीरियंस होती है, वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रिटेन कर लेती है और फिर उसी का फायदा उठाते हुए अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन परफॉर्मेंस को इन्हांस करती है. हाउएवर, जिस तरह हर चीज के कुछ मेरिट्स होते हैं, उस तरह डीमेरिट्स भी होते हैं. सेम इज द केस हियर एज वेल. सो आई एम वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट इन सेइंग दैट इंटरनल रिक्रूटमेंट मेथड हैज सम लिमिटेशंस एज वेल. लाइक if you are going to hire candidates from within the organization, it may prevent fresh ideas from entering the organization. It is an easy to grasp concept. For example, if you are going to hire someone who is already the part of the same organization, how can be you so much sure about the fact that he or she will bring new ideas on board? So the very first limitation of the internal recruitment is that it essentially prevents fresh ideas to be placed on the table or entering to the organization. It can also create tension among staff. For instance, if one employee is getting promoted over the other employee, there can be a factor of professional jealousy. There can be certain other factors as well, in which one of the candidates may say that I was deserving that kind of promotion, but I was not given, and he or she was given some kind of preference. So it may create a sense of discomfort. Let's come to the second method of recruitment, that is external recruitment. As the title is implying it in a clear manner, that external recruitment means hiring candidates from the organization that are hiring candidates from outside the organization, or someone who is not already the part of the same organization. So internal recruitment essentially includes hiring candidates that are already the part of the organization, and external recruitment essentially means that hiring those candidates that are from outside the organization. There are some common methods of external recruitment as well, just like we discussed in the case of internal recruitment. That is, the very first and the famous method is the online job portals, such as LinkedIn, such as Indeed, and there are certain other third-party recruitment agencies or headhunters as well. What they basically do is that they act as a third party, and on behalf of you, they shortlist particular set of candidates and they refer them to you. Then we have another popular external recruitment method referred to as campus recruitment from colleges and universities. Again, that is a popular method in which organizations usually set up their stalls, go to colleges or universities. They basically invite students who are in their terminal semesters or in their final degree programs or in their final years, and they ask them that if they want to join the organization at some point of time in near future. These colleges, these universities actually act as nurseries where these companies, where these organizations may be able to find capable candidates. Then we have a third method of external recruitment referred to as walk-in applications and job fairs. A walk-in application and job fair kind of event is an event in which a job is typically announced and candidates are basically invited to come to the stall or come to the office of a particular organization with their CV or with their documents or with their any kind of a document that is required by the organization. Then there is another popular method that is gaining popularity nowadays, that is recruitment through social media. We know that social media has become a vital part of our daily life. And not only that, social media is being used for the purpose of spreading information, absorbing information, it is also being used for certain kind of other activities as well. For instance, we may see that LinkedIn has become a very popular and perhaps the top-notch social media platform of professionals. Then we have certain other factors as well, like government employment exchanges. There are certain directories that are maintained by the government or certain agencies in which there is a list of candidates who have completed their particular degree program and they are available for the job. And then we have internship programs as well, in which the candidates who are actually completing their degree programs or who are actually completing their degrees, they are in need of a certain kind of an internship experience where they may be able to apply the knowledge that they have learned in their academia or academic career in the organization. So internship can be again regarded as a good avenue, as a critical avenue where the organizations may be able to find those candidates who can become good potential and then actual candidates. The companies or organizations may be able to find and locate that which candidates are the ones who may be further worked on, who may be further nurtured, who may be further taken care of, so that they can be converted into actual employees of the company. Just like we discussed the benefits of the internal recruitment, the external recruitment has its benefits and limitations as well. We will be discussing these benefits in the next lecture, but before going to that very particular lecture, I'm going to wrap up all of this lecture that we have discussed so far. Today, our main discussion was relying on the two popular methods of recruitment. The very first method was the internal recruitment, and the second method was the external recruitment. The internal recruitment actually means when an organization is actively seeking those candidates from within the organization for higher positions or for transfers. Whereas in the external recruitment, the company or the organization is essentially looking for those candidates who are not from within the organization but from outside the organization. Since every decision in our life carries some cost and some merits and demerits as well, same is the case with the both methods of the recruitment. In today's lecture, we have only discussed the merits and the demerits, or the benefits or the challenges or the limitations of the internal recruitment. But now we have discussed external recruitment as well. In the next lecture, we are going to discuss the benefits and the limitations of the external recruitment. Till then, goodbye. Allah Hafiz.